This is the Dallas Shakespeare Festival at Samuel Grand Park. Across this stage have walked some of the finest performers to appear in the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex. Among them is actor Randy Moore.
We are liver and onions, sir.
Or fancy restaurants here.
To Dallas area audiences, the name and face of Randy Moore are instantly recognizable. His performances have been part of the theater landscape in Dallas since he began his career 34 years ago.
I started here when I was right out of college, and I was a graduate student at the Dallas Theater Center. Had a graduate school at the time, and I was a grad student under Paul Baker. And then after a couple of years, went into the company, the resident company, and that's been the basis of my being able to make my living as an actor, is being in a resident company.
As part of the Dallas Theater Center's resident company, Randy has built an extremely loyal following. He has brought his audiences tears and laughter in roles such as Liapkin Tiapkin in The Inspector General and Scrooge in A Christmas Carol. But Randy says that as a kid growing up in Houston, he happened upon acting almost by accident.
I had no background in it whatsoever, my parents, nothing, and I was in junior high school, coming out of junior high school, going to someone asked me to come audition for what was called the Houston Civic Theater production of Peter Pan, and I thought, well, maybe I'll go be a pirate, and I was cast as Captain Hook, and I was 15 years old, and it was a big production done with the Junior League, and all these kids that come up and ask for your autograph afterwards, and I thought, hey, this isn't bad.
What they recognized in Houston about Randy is what keeps Metroplex audiences coming back for more, his extraordinary talent. Randy soon added television and film to his resume, and like any actor worth his salt, tackled Shakespeare. But Randy changes hats for this production of Hamlet. He's the director.
I've not directed a lot. I've done like, 8, 9 productions. Done some musical comedies and have directed at the Theater Center in years past, done Christmas Carol. But I've not done a lot, but I've done an enormous, as an actor, enormous amount of Shakespeare. I've done 35 productions or something of Shakespeare. And that's always been kind of my first love. And when Cliff Redd called me back in January, I had just accepted to play Claudius in Hamlet in Colorado and had been hired to do that. And then 2 weeks later, Cliff called me and asked me if I wanted to direct Hamlet, and I was flabbergasted because I hadn't even asked for it, and I thought about it for 2 days and went, this is too exciting to pass up, and so I chose to do it.
King! Father! Royal Dane! Oh, answer me!
Randy's production of Hamlet is stark and compelling. Under his direction, Hamlet is no melancholy Dane. He is a young man driven by a dreaded mission he is obliged to complete.
If thou didst ever thy dear father love. Oh, God! Revenge is foul and most unnatural murder. Murder? Murder most foul, as in the best it is. But this most foul, strange, and unnatural.
It has been a really fulfilling project to work on.
Why?
The cast is terrific. And to really dive into this material, I mean, you see why it's the greatest play in the English language. It's endless. It's endlessly fascinating as a play, the characters are, and then I got some really good actors, and working with them has been just very exciting for me.
Hamlet, presented by the Shakespeare Festival of Dallas, runs Tuesdays through Sundays at 8 p.m. through July 23rd. Bring your picnics, blankets, and lawn chairs, and enjoy some of the best theater ever written.
Give him this money and these notes.
What's next for you, Randy?
I'm moving to the Denver area the end of this month. I worked there for 4 months this winter at the Denver Center Theater Company. They have a large theater there. It has 3 theaters within the complex. They do 12 plays a season, an incredible range of theater. And I did 2 shows there this year and had a wonderful time. And so they seem to be very interested in me, and I'm real interested in them. And so we're moving actually to Boulder, going to live in Boulder, work in Denver, and plus kind of to get into the mountain experience. I mean, living in Texas, I'm a native Texan, where it's flat.
Everywhere.
And the whole experience of living in the mountains and hiking and fishing and doing all those sort of things is, my family has just recently gotten into that. skiing, whatever. And so we want to really participate in the outdoor experience in Colorado.
So Randy Moore moves on to new experiences and new challenges with new audiences to thrill. This is Kathy Whiteman reporting.